Frederick M. Lawrence, former president of Brandeis University, secretary and CEO of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, the oldest academic honor society in the U.S., and distinguished lecturer at Georgetown Law, joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice to be with you.
Let me get your take on this. When you heard this news today, I mean, that parents were paying millions of dollars to get their children into prestigious universities like Georgetown. What went through your mind? What'd you think?
I was horrified. I can't say I'm completely surprised, because people will do terrible things when they're under this kind of pressure, desperate things, and in this case, illegal things. But it's outrageous. The whole system by which admissions takes place in a university is based on a large measure of trust, and this kind of activity just blows that trust right up.
Yeah, that was my. So what does this do now? I mean, what does this do to the credibility of the process? How much does this damage it?
Well, I wouldn't blow it out of proportion. This is obviously a very serious set of situations, but you have literally millions of admissions decisions being made all over the country right now. This time of year, students will be receiving those decisions over the next few weeks, and I think overwhelmingly people can have faith in the system. But there are situations like this, and I can tell you how things like this can happen. There is a lot of discretion given to people along the process. You know, in the athletic departments, for example, coaches are given what are called tips, where they're allowed to say there are several people they think that ought to be looked at very closely because of their athletic prowess. The admissions office will look at those files for the academic ability of those students, but they won't second guess the coach on measuring the athletic ability.
Let me ask you, there are a lot of parents at home who are watching this story right now and saying, my child deserved to get into that university. What would you say to those parents?
I would say the game overwhelmingly is a fair game. These are outrageous stories. I can tell you that we in the university community at Georgetown and the other schools that are affected by this perceive ourselves correctly as victims, and that the parents can rest assured that the system overwhelmingly is a fair system that will be based on merit, and merit is the way in which we should be making these admissions decisions.
I know you say that overwhelmingly everything is fair. Do you think there should be any sort of changes now as a result of this?
Oh, I think there have to be. I think there has to be greater care to look into how these applications are put together. For example, if a student is admitted because of an athletic ability, you got to look at the high school record, make sure it actually makes out. You hate to think that you have to second guess your own people, but to a certain extent you may have to, at least for now, to make clear that this kind of behavior can be caught, and when it is caught, it can't be tolerated. There have to be extremely serious circumstances and repercussions for the people involved.
Indeed it does. All right, we're going to take a closer look at some of the celebrities who got caught up in this scandal. Frederick Lawrence, thanks so much for coming in and breaking it down for us. Thank you.